So good to see you, Diana. Daniel, Emanuela, finally, I see you too. All shiny people detoxing. What's happening here? Okay. Aliwalu, dear, you are on mute. Yeah.
Now. Thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I think she's, Aliwalu, do you hear us?
Is she on her phone or the laptop?
I think the phone.
Hmm.
So she's going to join us back. I want to say hi to all of you. Thank you for showing up. Daniel, is it 9 a.m. there or 10 a.m.?
It's 10. So if it's better to do it an hour earlier in the future, that's totally fine and probably even easier for me.
Wow.
Even 8 is okay, but I know you want to do the eating. You recommend the eating starts at 10, but I'm pretty flexible. I'm usually up at 5:30 or 6.
Actually, we moved it to 2 hours later because I thought it would be easier for you.
Thank you. That's very kind. But I can go 2 hours the other way also.
Amazing. Good to know. Yeah, because our lunch hour is 2 p.m. normally.
Yeah,
it's much better for us.
In Spain, in the rest of Europe, it's probably 12:30, 1 p.m.
So earlier is better probably for all of us.
Yeah, right? Don't bend the whole thing around the one American. It's been going on for too long.
Okay, Aliwalu.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Again, I don't know what happened, but like really thank you for joining in this wonder experience, which I believe is one of the most powerful things we can do, which is like chewing in all senses. And like the magic that happens when we actually go into the depth of chewing, it's such a simple step, but it's so powerful and deep, and it brings so much into making decisions last or getting new habits in a very much profound way. So for me, so I love this mono diet because my experience always has been impressive in terms of like in presential retreats, like people like losing suddenly in 5 days, 7 days, like 5 to 9 kilos, depending on whom, you know, and the needs. And other people like gaining, other people were kind of a bit depressed. And after like a week, they were like, wow, super clear in the mind. What I know is that this, it really brings you into balance. It's helping us to come back to something solid, being very grounded, and it is a very young diet. So it is extremely magic, you know, what happened when we kind of wander into that chewing. And for me, I'm chewing consciously since like maybe around 10 years now. And I tell you that sometimes I get into some kind of journeys where I feel like a kind of orgasmic chewing, you know? It's like, what is this? You know, just like getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into a bite and being more than that 2-3 minutes with a bite. And what happened is really interesting. So anyway, today, my intention was to get to know you. We are a very small group this time. And also to ask you for something, because we have planned that detox to do it now from today for 5 days. This is a diet that normally we can do it like 5, 7, 14 or 21 days. So this is like the beginning, like after anybody can choose one, you get trained on how to do it and what is the feeling you have. And you can decide to go longer. Rather, we can decide to go together, or you can just decide to go with yourself. What happened for me, I was speaking with Chennai and Rudy, is that I had to travel because my mother wasn't feeling so good. And I am into a little kind of less easy schedule for me to join. I can do it, no problem, from tomorrow. Otherwise, we can also get, if for you is very important to start like tomorrow, like chewing together, we can do it. Otherwise, if you are not ready yet with all the ingredients, we could also start a few days later. This is up to the group. Maybe somebody can kind of tell me what is better.
So I communicated it on the Mighty Networks before this session.
Okay.
And people are comfortable. I didn't hear from Emmanuel, but Daniel said yes, because he will also receive the ingredients on Monday. Martina said yes, Monday is even better for her. Rudy and we are fine starting on Monday. Emmanuel, you?
I can start on Monday, but I can start from today and continue on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That will be okay.
So overall we are good, but Diana, she also has the question for you about her condition after COVID. She needs to drink a lot of water. So I don't know, Diana, are you here with us?
Hi.
You explain maybe, and then you also decide. Otherwise, we are gonna start on Monday.
Yeah, I'm also fine to start on Monday. I luckily got all the ingredients. It was a really precious hunt.
And I'm so happy because we will have more participants also from Turkey. There was this snowstorm, so nobody could buy the ingredients. So they are like, Jana, we want to join, but we cannot because we cannot go to the grocery store and there's no delivery. And I'm like, okay. And then this happens, and I hope your mother recovers soon, Alivolo.
And traveling on Saturday to Ibiza, you know, that is like, I feel that's, so Sunday I will be ready, and we could start Sunday, Monday. This is up to you guys. I'm ready for, as I say, you know, I could also start meeting you tomorrow if anybody will be like, because I also got all the ingredients here as well in this town this morning. So, but anyway, we can do it for Sunday or Monday as you like. You let me know, Chennai, you organize it. And what I can tell you, if you want,
agreed to start on Monday.
Okay.
And if it's okay for everyone, instead of 4 p.m., can we do it at 2 p.m.? So we, instead of snack time, we can do the lunch together, and Daniel can do the breakfast.
That's the best.
Yeah, wait, because we have the school pickup at 2 p.m., darling. So it needs to be 2:30.
Is it okay if we make it 2:30 Madrid time?
That's for me, it's fine. Like we can do 2:30 to 3:30. That's fine. Or I don't know if Daniel is 1 to 2. It's also okay for me.
Diana said fine to 2:30.
Which is 2:30 is, let me just check that. What's the, what time is that?
8:30 a.m. I guess.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Is it okay to do the breakfast at 8:30 instead of 10? I know the routine says 10 a.m., but I'm happy to do it at 8:30.
Okay, so then will be for us 2:30, right?
Yes, but Daniel can do the breakfast at 8:30. Is that okay?
For him, yeah, it's perfect. What time you wake up, Daniel?
5:30.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, actually, we shifted for you, thinking that it will be more convenient.
No, it's great. It's yeah,
Oh,
8 is a good time
fantastic.
for me. Because then
Yeah.
I usually start work at 9, and it's yeah, it's good.
Great, because I feel other people from the States will join us as well. So I'm gonna ask some other people. Fantastic. So basically I do an introduction now of what we're doing. So at least with the preparation and the basics. So basically is for me is one of the most simple diets, because what we are going to do is in one way simplify our life to the max by cooking the rice in the morning and having all our food ready for the rest of the day. And it's a diet that, because it's a very young, not very, but like, you know, that rice is a neutral food on the yin yang chain. So it's always like a diet on brown rice or brown rice cream is very helpful to bring this balance, no? And the red rice is a bit more yang. So what happened is that it makes us a lot more sharp in the mind and very much like bring a lot of concentration and focus. And also this is a mono diet that, answering the question of drinking water or not drinking water, we only drink 2 cups of kukicha tea a day. If you feel extremely thirsty, then you drink very consciously a half glass of water. And then we have the other drink we do is on the evenings with the miso soup. Because basically what we are allowed in the body is to kind of dry up a little bit. That's part of the concept of the diet. It's like, it's jhana is, we are going to kind of suck a bit the water on the body, mineralize the body a lot. And that is kind of bringing us into like a deep concentration. And it sounds weird because normally it's like we need to drink a lot of water. It's like it totally reverse a green juice diet of a liquid diet of a water diet. And it's totally opposite, which is interesting, but it's extremely like in that opposition, it's extremely efficient. Because we are, let's say, allowing the body to get healing in a natural way, but also by helping from the outside with scrubbing the skin and taking a bath, it's like helping the body to get rid of all the toxins from the outside and the inside, in a way that for winter as well is more proper, because the body is more it's kind of asking for warm food, activate the inner fire. So why we don't drink much water is also that, because we are activating the inner fire, the Agni. That if in winter we drink too much water, and also like, for example, a juice diet in the winter, it will totally collapse our inner fire, which is like bringing us completely out of balance. What we want is like to activate the inner fire, because this is the vital force of life. That yeah, also in winter we kind of lose that that inner fire very easy. For the cold, but also because I mean a lot of processed food and the lifestyle we generally humans, I mean we're doing, it is making our digestive system be very weak. And generally the majority of the problems there is in the digestive system is because the inner fire, this Agni, it just kind of get very little. So the passion for life, the kind of that vitality that I also in the process, I'm going to work with you with the pelvic floor activation, because we want to have like a strong vitality through this process, being trained and activated. Yeah. About this, any questions so far until now?
Did you say pelvic floor activation?
Pelvis floor.
So we are gonna do like some exercises.
Yeah, I want to show you how to do some muscle exercises for the pelvic floor when we are a few days in the process, because this is also working in the Agni, in the inner fire activation, in the vital force activation. So it is very, very simple, but through this process, I want to put a lot of awareness in that activation of the inner fire. Through very simple exercises that it will remind, because the chewing training will remind in your life, and the pelvis floor activation while sitting and chewing is extremely powerful. So it's just, we are focusing, we are devoting and dedicating in this time we're going to sit down together. I will remind you all these different things. So while we're chewing, we're going to be like kind of, I make a parallelism with like in a state of, let's say, it's not a love making with life, but kind of, it's like, it's this kind of relation activation with being really present in that strong connection, but from the inside, from our pineal, from inside. So it is like a strong current of energy is what we are kind of developing through this process of those 5, 7, 14, or 21 days in that thing, in that concept of the twin training and balance our bodies. So any other questions so far until here before I keep on going with the protocols, like the
I have another question.
Yeah.
I know you told me that this detox is not about losing your energy. It's quite the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are to continue after the 5 days, so do we need to expect a fluctuation in the energy in the early days? Or what happens after the 5th day in your experience? Can you guide us a bit? Because I'm also very focused on managing my energy with a very intense schedule. So I would like to know what to expect.
Perfect. Thank you, Chennai. There is a clear bio-individuality, so each person might experience different things along the 5 days or the 7 or 14 days. Normally at the beginning, of course, there's a little bit of a stress in terms of like, oh, do I have enough food? I'm gonna be hungry. Oh, I'm gonna be thirsty. I'm gonna have energy. It's a lot of wonders and questions happening, at least the first and second day, until you get used to. And then you realize that, very thin people, they tend to eat a lot more. It's very interesting. And it's the people who actually activate that need for eating, and they get some weight. And my experience is like the people who are a bit more with a bit weight, they normally tend to start reducing the amount of rice. The point of saying that is that this is something each body is going to test. As much as you sit down and chew your rice bowl for a period of time, I am just suggesting to eat 3 bowls a day. If you are very hungry, you can eat 5, whatever is the amount you find, that in the first and second day for sure need to get stabilized. My suggestion is with 3 is more than enough. And after, each body, depending on the level of toxicity or stress or whatever, it might need 2 days, 3 days to suddenly being very energetic. Some people in the first day, they will feel like, oh, I don't have much energy. But the good thing about this diet is that the rice is a long chain of carbohydrates, of sugars. So it's going to give us the sugar the brain needs to function, and it's giving us a lot of strength, because it's distributed in the body in a very slow way. So it's not like taking sugar that suddenly you're like, and then you're down. This is like by chewing it and by eating like such a high quality carbohydrates, and the delivering of sugar in the body, which is they have very little sugar. The rice is like very little it's one of the most low carbohydrates we can have. And even though we live in the culture of like a no carbs, like it's like a no carbs life, the idea with this is like taking the best quality carbs, which is the red rice, in a strong and powerful chewing way with the power of presence and attention, combination in the physical way with the gomashio, a little bit of tamari, and that I explain now how to cook it. But it's like a super it mineralizes the body a lot, and it also gives the sugar. So what happens is that the activation of our metabolism is very, very alive. So the energy level, yes, as I say, depending on the person, but most probably into the first and third day, is stabilized for everybody. So, and then you start feeling like so light in one way, but you feel so focused and so kind of like, okay, let's go next. It's but in a sense of peaceful way. So it is a very interesting experience. So I'm very, very curious how each of us is going to experience it. But I can expect that because it has been many red rice retreats I did, like live. Oh, and of course, it helps a lot the whole process. Like I woke up in the morning, what is my state of mind? What I do, like I am proposing to you, and we're gonna go now from like, let's say the routine of the day to make it more efficient. And then after I will go for the recipes, how to make it more delicious. But like, let's start for the routine. And I think you have all got the ebook. And my proposition is like, there is two things. One thing is like the diet we're gonna eat, and the other thing is like the routines we are going to start practicing. So in the routines, like since I woke up in the morning, I suggest and invite you all to stretch in bed like a cat and really feel your body, like saying to your body, like, oh, wow, like, wow, thank you. We're going into this adventure together. But it really touch yourself and stretch like a cat and take a couple of minutes before you go out of bed, just being with yourself. You may do it already, and it's just like a reminder. Otherwise, it's like, if you do already, take a little bit more of awareness in that action than normally you do. Then from there, we're going into the practice of mini habits with the body, which is going to the toilet and start like brush your teeth deeply with the toothbrush, because in the night the whole mouth, it gets really full with a lot of bacteria. We call it like it's like a soup of bacteria that we don't want that in our body, because we just working in to get rid of all the dead cells and the bad toxins and the bad bacteria, that it can create a bit of imbalance in the stomach, in the intestines. Sorry about my English today, it's a little beige. So the first thing is like brush the teeth for a couple of minutes with an electric toothbrush. Then we're gonna clean the tongue with a tongue scrubber. very nice and like good. And after, I invite you to get a little bit of sesame oil and do oil pulling. And the oil pulling we're gonna do for like 3-4 minutes, and I suggest you do it. When you do the oil pulling, you could also, this is up to your personality. You can do everything one by one and take your time, and you can also, depending on your timing, integrate a couple of things in the same time. Like, for example, you can be doing the oil pulling while you scrub your body with a dry brush before you shower. Or you can do the oil pulling while you take in a shower after scrubbing, like brushing your body with a dry brush before taking a shower. What I mean is, like, we are helping now from the outside and from the daily routines with the body. We are accelerating the process of releasing toxins. So when we do with a dry brush, starting from the heart to the extremities, like just brush your skin really, really strong and activate the circulation in the body, and also releasing from the skin the dead cells, it is such an energetic moment. So I suggest that we do that. If you take a shower every day, do it every day. If you take a shower every second day, or just depending on what it is for you. In the mornings, I mean. Because I also, after that, we are going to, when you're ready with the oil pulling and all that, first thing we're gonna take into the body is warm water with lemon and a little bit of sea salt or seawater. And that we're gonna take it in a slow motion, that drink, because the idea also, we're gonna drink as we eat and eat as we drink. So we're gonna chew our drink and we're gonna liquefy our food. That's the whole concept. So after the lemon, if depending on what you're doing, if you're at home or you have to go work, take the time to, like, at least half an hour before we're going into the first bowl of rice. I'm gonna jump in and out of things. I'm gonna go for the recipes now, because I want to explain you how to drink your rice in the morning. So to not get bored, we're gonna create with the same item different flavors. So the way to cook the red rice will be like overnight, we're gonna soak it. And then, so you soak your 250 grams every night per person. And in the morning, you're gonna rinse it very, very well. And it will cook quite quick. So within 20 minutes, even when you wake up, before you do all your routines, you can put your rice to cook. And when you have finished, the rice is already cooked. If you have some rice from the day before, you can heat it up, adding some water, and it will heat up with more water, and the rice will open. And instead of being very kind of like al dente kind of rice, it will be a bit more creamy. So this creamy rice is very good for the morning. So the rice, we are going to cook it. When we rinse it and we start cooking it, we're gonna cook it with a little bit of kombu seaweed. And that will be the base. So for the morning, I mean, even before we start with anything with the red rice, we're gonna prepare also the gomasho. And the gomasho is sesame seeds, like brown sesame seeds or black sesame seeds, or both. And we're gonna roast them with a little bit of salt. And we have two options. We can, with a machine, with a blender, we can do like a shim, shim, just that. And it breaks a bit, but it doesn't get like a paste. And you can put it into a glass jar. All those recipes, I have them in video. So I just needed, and I apologize, I didn't do that, but I will put it into the Mighty Network so you can see it more like live, right? But it is very simple to roast the seeds with a little bit of salt, ground it in a blender for a moment, or if you have a suribashi, which is this Japanese mortar, you can do it every meal. You can just kind of scrunch and then put it into the rice. But in the mornings, again, we're gonna go for a little bit a sweeter type of rice. So I suggest that we add into the rice in the morning cinnamon, for example, like a beautiful cinnamon, lemon zest, like from the skin of the lemon, roasted a little bit. All those preparations, we can do it in the next few days. So for example, you can get like 10 lemons, scrap the skin. I mean, like, sorry, my English today is a little bit like all over the place. Grate the skin very thin and then put it in a fry pan and roast it. It creates lemon zest. So in the mornings, you can put the cinnamon and the lemon zest, a little bit of coconut oil, and tiny little bit of tamari, and your rice will be more like a kind of a sweet morning avena or something sweeter. Because at lunch, we're gonna do it more salty with tamari, olive oil, and gomasho. Sorry, in the morning also we put gomasho. I am too complicated or is clear for you? Chennai?
For me, with the ebook, I feel like with the ebook and this explanation is very good for me. I'm good, but let's ask, is there anyone who has any questions?
Rudy has a question.
Yeah.
I think it would be good if you could just put the recipes like morning, noon, and dinner, because for me, it's very hard to, I understand the way and the process, but like I need to take notes of everything and I have not. So like to know what to do with the sweet one, what to do with the salty one.
It's in the ebook that.
Is that in the ebook? Okay, then I have not looked at it yet. So hold on.
It's in the ebook, but I was just kind of remind you, and maybe just by explaining like that, I thought you get a bit more, it gets clear, but yeah.
Okay, I see now. Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
Just
So, and
to
then,
tell you that.
Yes, the other question was that you said, was it in the evening we soak 250 grams of red rice per person? Yes. Okay.
And it might be too much.
Okay.
Right. So that's at the beginning that everybody has to test how much is actually eating.
And it's okay to have two people in the house with a lot of internal fire?
That's the best. Yeah, if you channelize that into love, it's wonderful.
Okay, so then we'll take note of that.
So my point is like you will not get bored, because my experience is that to have this different like sweet rice in the morning and the other two bowls of rice more salty with the tamari and the olive oil. And also in the morning, you can put a little bit more water. So it's a bit more creamy, the whole thing. And in the other two bowls are a bit more dry. So it psychologically make kind of a different, those different flavors. So anyway, the point here is that when you have your rice ready, choose a beautiful place where you like to sit in a meditation comfortable position, and then it's when you take your time for chewing. And my observation and timing is I calculate around 2 minutes per bite, because you are going to observe like how much and how deep is to explore the mouth when there's until the point there is no one more grain of rice. rice. And so slowly, there is a kind of a deep sense of meditation starting with the chewing. The thing is that coming back to what is in the retreats that actually help us to become more efficient in everything is the practice of other things. So I suggest in the morning, you could also observe or take a notebook and start doing some journaling, like morning pages. Do you all know about morning pages? What is this?
Yes.
No, some people know. Okay, so the idea of morning pages will be like you get your notebook and write 3 pages without thinking and bringing the pen out of the paper. You just write the most stupid things that can come into your mind, whatever it is, or maybe you go into the most deep things that can come into your heart. But you just write and write and write. It's like a detox for the brain. And brain and emotions, you just let that go without even reading what it is there. You just don't read, you just write and let it be. So I suggest in this process also, this is very nice thing to integrate. It will be great to integrate a couple of massage into those days as well. If you can organize that, or if you're partners, you can do it together. You can massage each other a couple of times in this process, because it's also helping the body to release a lot of things. And we are just putting attention into that caring. So a couple of massages will be great. And during these 5 days also, it will be great if you can do a bath, salt bath with 2 kilos of salt. So if you could do maybe in 5 days, every day, that will be wonderful, or at least 3 in 5 days, one day yes, one day no. That's also like the dialysis is helping the toxins go up, being pulled out of the body. And also we are helping the system to say, wow, relax, I'm taking care of you. And there for you. So those 5 days, like a full focus on all of that. Plus, also I would suggest like putting attention into and also a schedule, like a long walks or a yoga class. The meditation, we do it anyway by chewing. So that's up to everybody's, whoever practice you're doing. But moving the body will be very good in these 5 days. We really need that movement. Not exaggerated. One of the things I suggest, like the minimum you can do is like putting a music, like a song you love, loud, and moving your body, like allowing the body to move in whatever stretch way the body needs. Just because here is about letting the body release what needs to release by just supporting it, but not forcing anything. That's understandable? So in the circles we're gonna do every day together, I would suggest a theme of the day. So that is a bit of, and also for the next day. So we'll give you like a word, what to explore since the beginning the next day. And also during the time we're gonna chew together, I open a space for a little circle. Like I like to, that everybody say a little bit of how it feels, or if there's any questions during the process. In this moment, we're gonna be together solving it. But more than that, I would like in the circle or in the chewing together to listen for a moment to each body of you, like testing how you feel, a sharing moment. So it is important to put the alarm clock to schedule very well the time of eating in one way, but then you might find yourself, you just want to follow your own rhythm intuitively, like I want to eat now, or you, but for me to set up the alarm is because it's important not to forget the rhythm. Yeah. If we don't do that, we tend to rather not eat in a very long period of time, and then getting ourselves into a next bowl of rice with hunger, sorry. So we eat a bit quicker, or we tend to eat quicker. So we lose a bit the point. So in order to keep a certain rhythm and balance, I would just set up alarm to my kukicha tea in the middle of the morning, bowl of rice. No, schedule yourself and make it happen this way. So we're gonna drink these 2 glasses of kukicha tea, which is an alkaline tea, in a very kind of also sipping slowly way, in the middle of in the middle of the morning, in the middle of the afternoon. And then we're gonna have the miso soup in the evening around 7 o'clock. So in that timing, we are doing intermediate fasting as well. So we are doing the mono diet detox plus the intermediate fasting. So what is very important here is, like, besides what we are gonna help the body to get into that balance with releasing toxins, but also to start getting used to go back to the intermediate fasting as a lifestyle, and to start, I mean, the whole training of chewing is also like something very important as a lifestyle. It's like, and there's like tools that we can use anytime we want, or we can integrate that as a way of keeping ourselves in a better, better, I don't know if better, but like more efficient way to keep health in a good state. What else? Just love yourself. I mean, even in the preparation, I believe there's a lot about getting back to ourselves as our best friend, like establishing this connection, this communication with ourselves, as we testing with ourselves. Okay, where I am, how establishing more and more this dialogue of love and friendship with ourselves. What else? Any questions?
Diana asks, when and how often do we do the gut cleansing, and when do we do the baths? Daily?
What is the first thing she said? The what? The cleansing?
Gut cleansing, but I think it's the enema.
Okay.
And when do we do the baths?
All right, I'm going to the enema in a moment. I was kind of going for that. And the baths, you can choose to do one every day. That's wonderful. If you can also organize this kind of routine into this time, it's wonderful. In the evenings, you can do it first, take the soup and then the bath, or reverse. Before you go to bed, take the bath. Calm the system. That's wonderful. You can do every day. You can do 3 times in 5 days, every second day as well. As much as you feel like and you like. And then with the enema, we're gonna start on the second day to do it. So depending, I would like to ask you a question to each of you. When is the time for that, when we enter in the process together? Because the best will be in the 5 days, you do 3 enemas. every second day. One enema. That will be the best. I like it's explained in the ebook, but next week when we have our other kind of welcome moment together, I would like to explain you at the end how to do it with the enema in my hand, so you can understand few things that are explaining in the ebook, but I think it's more simple when I show. To have an enema is one of the most amazing experiences I ever did have in my life, because suddenly I don't know who from you are used to do enemas. You, Chennai, okay. I don't see you all. David, you are used to taking make enemas? No? Chen, I need help from you because I don't have in my phone. I cannot see everybody or read the questions. So.
You are on mute.
Oh, no, I'm not.
No, Daniel. I think you asked Daniel if he did it, right?
Oh, I was saying no. I have not done that personally in the past. I've had someone do a colonic, but that's not self-administered.
Okay, you can choose rather do a colonic or a couple of colonics in this timing, or learn how to do the enema yourself. I carry it in the suitcase with me because I think it's one of the most amazing experiences you can have when you really know. And yeah, you test yourself how to use it. 5 days is a short period of time, and I wish that maybe after that some of you decide to keep on going for another days to explore deeper the results. But anyway, with 3 enemas is great. If you can do only 2 is good, and if you can do only 1 hydrotherapy of colon is fantastic. So let's say that this is like a first contact with this mono diet, is the first contact with some things, with other no, but putting it all together, I think you have to measure where you are and what is in your capability of doing it. And basically that.
What a question.
So I'm not,
Is it okay?
I'm not for example, I'm not introducing any supplements in this moment, in this diet. I think we work together again. Next time I will introduce few supplements, but in this moment, I think I want to reduce to the max the complications. So any question, Emmanuel, anybody?
So I actually started today already to do it. So it's very to hear everything you said, which I did it only from the ebook and my intuitions. So first of all, the rice is very tasty with the sesame and the algae. I really enjoyed it. I didn't do the sweet. I'm more a salty person in the morning and more sweet in the evening. So I think I'm going to switch that. And so I'm thinking if I should start and continue now, and I will be doing 10 days, which is nice as well, the 5th day to have a boost of help. It's just that I'm not going to have all these little comments and things that can help me to do it better. I didn't know, for example, we cannot drink. So I drank water today, for example. So now I know. It's like I know better now. I have a baby, so I didn't sleep all night. So I napped during one of the bowls to eat. So I had only 2 bowls and we're already end of the day. So I'm really kind of learning as well how to adjust to my own lifestyle and what's going on. So I'm thinking to do the 10 now and just do it on my own 5 days and then with all of you 5 days. It's a lot.
No, it's fantastic. If you can do it in 10 days, it's going to be amazing. I'm sure.
So no question, actually. It's very understandable when you explain. I tried on my own. So this little adjustment and the ebook helped a lot.
Super. Anybody else?
Daniel is asking, how long do you recommend?
To do the detox? Me personally, when I start with you on Monday, I'm gonna do 21 days.
Wow.
And so as much as you want in this frame, depending, you're gonna start feeling it yourself.
Mm.
The minimum I recommend is 5 days, is where we do the minimum. If you can do 7 days, is fantastic. If you can extend it to 10 days, is great. And if you're going to 14 days, is amazing. And 21 days is like, wow. So I go for wow myself.
And you know, I run every day. Is it okay to continue the daily activities like running? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you will see, and we will test Emanuela on Monday because she's gonna be our 5 days heroine already. And yeah, you get a lot of energy.
Amazing. And one more thing, because our superpower is wonder, I'm so wondrous today. Okay. If you, what metrics would you like us to measure or follow? Our weight, you said, how we feel. Is there anything else that you would recommend us to be aware of, conscious of, before to have a before and after check, maybe?
Well, I think the level of energy is very important. The level of mind clarity also. I mean, the level of focus. I would like you to point it, and also the level of being grounded, like no doubts. There's something that happened that is like, no doubts. It's right. I don't know how to explain. There is a sense of sharpness that happens. So that will be things that I can ask you to explore a bit, to check what happened to you. And if you come with any other metrics, I will be very happy if anybody of you say like, oh, I think this is very interesting to measure, or.
Yeah, I love that. Okay.
I have, sorry? I
Hi,
have this
Joanna.
fantastic, hi. I also started today, so if I will make it, I will also be on day 6 next Monday. Anyway, I have this beautiful Oura ring. It's this nice gadget. And so it tracks all my data during the sleep. And I think that my data will improve dramatically. So I can share this with you. I think this could be very interesting. It tracks like your REM sleep, your deep sleep, your heart frequency, respiratory rate, heart rate variability, and so on and so forth. So I'm happy to share it. This could be interesting.
I love you to share that. I am also thinking on buying one of those devices. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Is the ring,
yeah.
right? Is the ring you?
Sorry?
Is the ring you wearing?
Yeah, it's this one.
Yeah. What's the name again of that?
I will send it to you. It's called Oura. Oura. Yeah, okay. Definitely. Yeah.
Super. Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate.
Yeah. And I also just have one question. Shan, I know I got hit by COVID really, really hard before Christmas. So I'm still in recovery mode. And 14 days ago, I started a phyto-based plant detox. So I take some homeopathic plant dilution every single day, and actually have to drink a lot of water. But you say no water, right? So I either break this cycle now and then continue after the after the rice retreat detox. What do you recommend? No water, right?
I recommend a minimum amount of water, but I don't know the importance of drinking for you all those things. So I'm not in a position to actually evaluate.
Yeah. Okay. I will feel it. I will feel it.
Yeah. Feel, because otherwise you can take the next 5 days your medicines, your herbs, and then start with us on Monday.
Yeah, nice idea. Yeah,
Mm,
thank you. Thanks.
you're welcome.
Thank
And
you.
Mhm.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, my dears. So we're quite balanced group. We have 2 big men in the group that are like four.
Yeah, there is also Martina. Yeah, we are gonna be a very balanced group and a grounded group by the end.
Yeah, just tonight there is kind of few people who might join us. I'm gonna now ask some other people.
Yeah.
And yeah, for sure, I think we have some other people joining.
Yeah, feel free to invite your contacts, also your teams. This is also good for the teamwork.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rudy, you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I have a last question. Do you experience or have you experienced any differences or big differences between men and women in the effects of this diet?
Not my effect. No, both. Not really. I think it's. I think generally I felt that it was for men was a bit more surprising than for women. You know, that was my impression on the more impact. You know, like wow, women. I think maybe I don't know. There's kind of something more used to get into processes or diets and things. I don't know. But this one specifically, I think is for me with men has been more spectacular results than with juices.
Okay, Daniel, let's rock.
Yeah, I gotta drop.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Thank you.
We're
all.
in. We're in, Ali. We're in.
All right, fantastic, my love. So, so I see you on Monday, 2:00, not 2:30, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
Get
Bye
ready
bye.
with all the
updating the
things you
event.
need.
What?
Get ready with all the things you need, even with the body brush. I think that's an amazing tool. And the sea salt, buy kilos, enough kilos to take a bath. Yeah.
Also, maybe
And see you Monday.
maybe one last suggestion. I
Yeah.
don't know from your experience, but I think it's very handy if there's a WhatsApp group or something.
I
when
think
you do
so,
this
yeah.
type of thing, so you can exchange things easily. I know you're also on the Mighty Networks, but I think it's easier just like having the free flow of messaging. And with Mighty Networks, you need to receive a notification and go and see the message. Or I don't know, Janai, what do you think?
I'm trying to decrease my traffic on WhatsApp, and I don't like losing very essential information. And I see this as a learning journey. So I'd rather keep our focus on Mighty Networks. But if anyone has troubles following that, I'm also happy to join to a WhatsApp group. But I don't find WhatsApp groups as learning environments.
Yeah, but my experience at Mighty Networks is also because I'm in so many groups, and either I put notifications on, then I get too many notifications, or then I put them off and then I don't get them.
For 5 days, you can handle it.
Okay.
I think less, what I would suggest, because for me also, I try to get used to kind of Mighty Network and the information remains there and it's more like a platform. I think it's good to feed that. And on the other hand, I feel that we should maybe have a WhatsApp group in case just for quick communication, but speaking with people that we focus on Mighty Network for the experience. But if there is anything we need to communicate quick, we might do it on the WhatsApp group so nobody miss it.
Okay.
And what do you think about that?
I'm going to open a WhatsApp group and I'm going to share the link. And whoever wants to participate to WhatsApp group, join there. But let's keep the essential learnings and exchanges on Mighty Networks. I would also like us to share the essential data and the progress. So we become conscious of our transformation, which then increases the chances of transformation.
It's a very interesting, and I appreciate that tonight. For me, it's also quite new to use the Mighty Network. So I think it's a good training for all of us to actually have a little mini habit of daily report or something.
Yeah. So we can follow it. Yeah.
I think on Monday when we get together, it will be nice that you introduce us all, how it works and what will be more efficient for us, and what we can expect, and what it will be more useful for the group to get nourished. Not spending much time on that, but like having a few minutes a day on reporting or something. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Okay. I need to go. Bye-bye.
Yeah, me too. Thank
so
you.
much. Thank
See you
you.
on Monday. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Emmanuel. Bye, Diana.